I saw that. I know you didn't talk a ton about the white dudes for Harris stuff.
No, we didn't get to the white dudes.
But me and Danny have decided that we'll be starting Alpha Giga Chads for Harris.
Yep.
Because they've done the white dudes for Harris, but what they didn't do
Is the
was
Chads.
just a fucking Zoom call of just Alpha Bros for Harris. They wanted to do it, but they haven't been able to find a ton.
No, just everybody just dipping and
Just a bunch of guys being like, no days off when you're supporting. This is a 24/7. All the other people supporting Harris are fucking sleeping while we're working.
yeah, you got to get her elected.
You want to take extreme ownership of that Kamala vote. Getting game.
The white dudes figured out a thing that they're allowed to be for.
Oh, well, some people didn't like that. Some people did like it.
Yeah, white dudes for Trump. I imagine is going to be received a little less swell.
White dudes for Trump would get fucking crushed, man.
They did that. It was called Charlottesville. Okay, they had that.
White dudes for Harris. That would be like one of those things. If you, I don't think I know anyone that would be a white dude for Harris, but
I hope not.
I guess I know some comedians.
I mean, we know comedians for sure.
They did the comedy for Harris thing that the New York the stand-up New York guys did.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like A-list comedians who are
definitely
for sure.
That was the who's who of Hollywood.
Yeah, and there's a lot of C-list actors who are white dudes for Trump.
Well, they said white men attempt rare, non-threatening gathering of Kamala Harris. In the course of human history, politically oriented gatherings of white people have not typically been a sign of fun. When you see a bunch of white people gathering, all you know is someone gonna get hurt real bad.
I mean, there's a lot of self-flagellation going on.
Bad things are gonna happen when white people get to. You know how crazy of an article that is? To be like, anytime you see a group of white people, everyone knows when you're walking down the street and you see a bunch of white people, you're like, run for the hills. It's like fucking world these people are living in.
Yeah, man, they live in a different world, but they're feeling good.
If I see three finance bros when I'm walking down Lower Manhattan, it's just like you all hide in the sewer, whatever you need to do. You go in a coffee shop. Call the cops. Grab your purse, call the cops.
Yeah, it's bad news. Always.
Something bad's about to happen.
Yeah, I mean, the white dudes for Kamala Harris is, it's the same people who you thought it was. Was Rob Reiner there? I think it was like... Does he get the call?
I don't know if there was a ton of famous people, and I think...
Rappaport must be bummed, huh? He goes, fuck, I would have been like one of the main ones.
He would have been a huge white dude for Harris, but he can't.
Like 4 years ago.
I saw him on an interview talking about whether he was going to vote for Kamala Harris, and he was having like a mental breakdown, basically, because he was just like, you think I fucking would love to, but it's like, she's just not really down with Netanyahu to the point
her husband's Jewish. That's something.
I was doing something for him. I think he's toiling over the idea.
Yeah, he's going to do the opposite. He's going to be the guy who's like, I'm voting for Trump. And then
I think when Trump told him that when Trump said that Biden administration is secretly Palestinian, I think that really fucking got in Rappaport's head.
Yeah, well, but I mean, it's so funny because they're like, all the people on the left called Joe Biden Genocide Joe. Like everyone was calling him Genocide Joe forever.
Right.
So you're like, I don't know.
Seeing a bunch of white guys on a mission can be unsettling. Writing this article is something else, man.
Oh yeah, very unsettling. Like the time that they killed Osama bin Laden. that mission.
It was unsettling. It's very unsettling.
For Osama bin Laden, it was.
If you see white dudes do anything, even if you see the guy stocking shelves, one's fine. If I see two white guys stocking shelves, I go, what the fuck is about to happen to me? I'm about to turn into a shelf.
That's why I don't watch hockey anymore.
Democratic organizer Rick Morales decided something needed to be done to activate white dudes for the sake of progressive politics. I just thought this was funny where it said, what we've been trying to do is engage a group of people whom the left has largely ignored. And it was like went on, but it was just funny that like openly admitting like, obviously we've ignored this group completely and they're bad, but like you should get involved. And you're just like, why?
Hey man.
But you're like, we haven't changed any of that, but like you just
we still think you're bad, but we need you.
Trust me, you think we're bad. Even being in this group, we're gonna get some flack.
Sure.
But like,
and if
for some reason you should be about this.
And if she wins, you're still gonna be bad.
Yeah, this ain't helping.
You're not getting any points. Like if she wins, it's not gonna be like, hey, we're gonna go back. We're gonna just be done with all that white guys are bad thing. You're like, no, white guys are gonna be worse. Under Kamala Harris.
The feminist TikToker tricking men into handing their phones over so she can add them on Instagram, but she's actually signing them up for the Kamala Harris emails. Boom.
There you go.
I'll tell you what. It is funny when you see what it looks like when they turned the taps off on Joe, like the media taps. and then when they turned them back on, because the taps were turned off and it was a drought. He was dry. He was in the Sahara Desert. Man.
I mean,
he wasn't even getting a drip of fucking water from these
turned
media
on
people.
him. They didn't even.
And then when the taps get turned on, my friend, we're talking fire hoses. We're talking sprinklers. They were taking dump trucks over there and dumping water. The taps were officially on in a way that I've never seen before in my life, man.
Hey, man.
Full sprinkler system, fire houses.
Joe Biden, the legend.
I would love. Man, it must be actually nice,
I wonder
though.
what he's up to.
What Joe's up to right now? I mean, being the president, I guess.
I guess.
What does that look like?
I don't.
What does that look like?
I mean, they get the odd photo op of him, and then I like that right now on like online. There's like all these things of people being like, "I bought this super realistic latex mask," and then that you just like for like $300 and you put it over and you just look like a different person, and then all these people are like, "That's what Joe Biden."
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's what they're doing with Joe Biden.
I'm telling you, man. I would love just to have a day. I mean, I guess the one problem with it when the news comes at you and they love you, you know, it's a countdown to when they switch on you sometimes.
Sure.
Except for someone like Obama. I think he's been in the pocket with the taps on forever.
No, they're
Obama could take a shit in the fucking in Congress and the articles would be like, why shitting in Congress is actually amazing, right?
Yeah.
But if you had like a day where just the media was just like, this guy's fucking packing heat, you know what I mean? He's never not pleasured a woman. You know, it would be nice to have that kind of heat on you for a second.
Oh, I mean, Kamala's gonna have it nonstop.
I've never seen.
I'm telling you, the CNN, like the MSNBCs, their whole thing just changed completely. Their mood. When Biden, they were like, we're so fucked, and then Kamala Harris came along.
I know we haven't really talked about. I haven't really talked to you that much about this stuff since it's happened, other than group chats here and there.
Yeah,
but they are fucking full blast in a way that is like.
And I mean, the polling numbers are like. I've
seen it working with regular people, man. And I'll tell you what, whenever you see I've always kind of even been saying this forever. Like whenever a movement is winning. They start kicking people out.
Yeah.
And when they're losing, they start talking about what they need to do to bring everyone together. And I've watched even like sides of the internet being like, hey guys, come on, we need to stop saying this and start saying like teamwork.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you're just like, that's what people do when they feel like they're losing.
And the Harris Waltz campaign, they dropped those camo hats last night that I'm like, if I see someone wearing
what did they do?
They're because she announced her vice president.
I know, I watched this speech.
Tim Waltz, and then they're like, their new merch is Harris Walls camo hats because they're trying to get like the
America vote.
The America vote, right? Because he's like, I have guns. He's like, I just want common sense gun control.
Well, Trump's
like, I like to hunt.
Dude, I watched this guy.
Here's the hat.
Do his speech.
That's the hat. But they dropped it, and everybody's like, this hat's fucking fire. This hat's gonna fucking, all the fucking hype beasts are gonna win them the election. But I mean,
White dudes for Harris must be fucking
dude, on Predicted right now, which is generally one of the better prediction sites, has Kamala Harris up 10 cents.
I have her up in my own personal polls.
She's up for sure, yeah.
Just in my own personal, I'm telling you, girls are fucking. I said that. It's like they're kryptonite, man.
Yeah, man.
They basically every person. I mean, obviously this is all people, but they've convinced people to have a full-time job, like supporting people for free. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, they want their abortion.
And then Trump's just, I mean, as usual, getting bullied. I was even thinking, I watched the speech where he did the black conference or whatever.
He needs to get shot again.
He needs to get shot a bunch more times if he wants any of that clout again. But basically, they go to him and they go, it's funny because they go, you know, what are you going to do for black jobs? And he's like, oh, for black jobs? And they go, what's a black job?
Right.
It's like it's
very
literally hold that for a second and they go, why the fuck are you holding that? Like he's getting like old school, high school bullied.
Sure. I mean, again, I guess he's in a tight spot because he has to show up. The only thing that could save him is if he has like an insane debate against Harris where he just like wipes the floor.
I mean, yeah, a lot could change. I mean, the steam could go on this, but it was interesting watching the VP speech because he was trying to do a wrestling thing. Like he was kind of doing what Trump does. And he was like, he was taking these big speeches. You know how Bill Maher, like we kind of say it's like the best of Twitter that week, essentially jokes.
Yeah.
This guy was doing like the best of like the TikTok meme campaigns.
Yeah, they're trying to really hit the Gen Zs.
Yeah, and he was kind of, and apparently a lot of people say that they picked him because the Jewish guy was out.
Yeah, because the Jewish guy was a little too Jewish.
Yeah, exactly, which I guess that does happen, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he served in he volunteered for the IDF when he was like 20.
I think he was probably...
I mean, even CNN was like, seems like...
He probably went into the first meeting and he was like, and am I going to get a schmeckle of that media? And they go, we need to have a talk here. This is not going to fly.
I mean, there's also this thing where he possibly covered up a murder, so that probably wasn't good.
Well, it's funny because his whole thing, and he goes, you know, I just want to say something. This is a thought that I had. That JD Vance guy is weird.
Yeah.
He goes, thank you. And everyone cheers.
Everybody's like, weird.
He walks around doing
calm down. Weird.
He walks around doing the ear thing. Yeah.